You know, it really kicked me hard in the face recently when I realized this movie came out before I was in kindergarten. I saw it before I was in kindergarten. Holy shit, I am old.
Has broken out of prison. Our only hope is the Dragon Warrior.
The panda?
We're dead.
Kung Fu Panda was released in summer of 2008 and was the start of one of DreamWorks' longest running franchises. And this movie tells the story of Po, a clumsy overweight panda voiced by Jack Black, who works at a noodle shop and has always had a love for Kung Fu and is also a huge fan of a group of martial artists known as the Furious Five. And despite not knowing any Kung Fu himself, Po is mistakenly chosen to become the Dragon Warrior, the champion fighter of the Valley of Peace. But once word gets out that an old apprentice of the Furious Five's master Shifu is busted out of prison, it is up to Shifu, voiced by Dustin Hoffman, to teach Po everything he knows before Tai Lung, voiced by Ian McShane, makes it to the valley. So with the upcoming release of the highly anticipated Kung Fu Panda 4, I thought, why not do a retro review of the original Kung Fu Panda? I mean, I rarely get to do these, I haven't seen this movie in a while, and one of the biggest things in all the advertisements for this newest film is the return of Tai Lung. Perfect timing, I'd say. And growing up, I watched this movie a lot. Hell, I honestly watched a lot of the DreamWorks movies all the time. I was kind of a fan of them. You name it. Shrek, How to Train Your Dragon, Madagascar, Megamind, Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit, and of course, Kung Fu Panda. But it has been a while since I've seen this movie, and my opinion could have drastically changed since I was a kid. But I am glad to say that Kung Fu Panda still holds up pretty damn well. But I would say out of the original trilogy that the second one is still the best. The one thing I can say that holds up more than anything in this movie are the action scenes, and some of them I can even say are some of the best action scenes in any animated movie out there. They're all very entertaining, they keep the movie going at a ridiculously fast pace, and I can definitely see fans of like Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan really getting into this movie just for all the martial arts action. Hell, Jackie Chan's even in the movie playing the monkey. Sort of. He has like 2 or 3 lines if that. Po is a very enjoyable lead, and Jack Black's voice acting is really good, and he does bring a lot of likability to the character. I also must have been a sadistic little kid, because when I was younger, it would always make me laugh hard anytime he got the shit beat out of him or he got injured. When I was really young, I would always play this scene on repeat because it was way too funny to me. And honestly, it still makes me laugh. You know what? Here's a pretty mean montage of Po just getting the shit beat out of him.
My tenders.
I'm horrible. I'm just so freaking horrible. The rest of the voice cast is also really good as well, at least when they get to say anything. Yeah, despite the Furious Five being a major part of the movie, some of them barely have any lines. Both Jackie Chan and Lucy Liu have only like 3 words of dialogue, Seth Rogen doesn't speak until the 40-minute mark, and David Cross gets like 1 scene and that's it. The only one who's really much of a character is Tigress, voiced by Angelina Jolie, and that's mostly because she has more than 5 words of dialogue, she actually has somewhat of a brief backstory, and she gets the most focus out of all the 5, and I guess that does have to do with the fact that she almost got picked to be the Dragon Warrior until Po stepped in front of her. And it's also probably because it's Angelina Jolie, she's like the biggest name out of the 5 of them. This movie is also ridiculously short. With end credits, it's only 90 minutes long, but it's so fast paced that it really only feels like 45 minutes. 90 minutes is 90 minutes, and I'm always okay with a movie being that short, and it's always a plus when it feels much quicker than that. And when you get down to it, it is honestly really surprising how good this movie really is. I mean, it's called Kung Fu Panda. That has gotta be the dumbest freaking title I've ever heard. But with the right writers and the right director, you can take anything that sounds dumb as hell and somehow make it work, and that's exactly what happened here. It's kind of like The Brave Little Toaster in a way, but with that it was like, okay, let's make this like wildly dark and kind of inappropriate kids movie, but give it the most cutesiest title you can think of. But in the end, Kung Fu Panda still holds up really damn well, and it's definitely one of the best films from DreamWorks Animation. If you haven't seen it in a while, or just somehow haven't seen it in general, I don't know how that's possible, then this is for sure a must watch for anyone who loves animation, martial arts movies, or just wants a good action comedy. I still love this movie and I can't wait for part 4. I'm gonna give Kung Fu Panda an A-. I would also find it really funny if someone got offended by this movie because of the fat shaming, because like Shifu trains Po just by making him eat. I'm like, it's a panda. Pandas are big. You know this. This fucking fly that won't stop flying in front of me. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn on the notification bell, and I'll be back later this week with Kung Fu Panda 4. And I'll see you then. Skadoosh. Oh shit.